Hey y'all, it's your girl Stephanie. This is Wrestling Color Podcast right here on YouTube. Make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Welcome to all the new subbies. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend you ain't to come listen. They don't have to be wrestling fans to listen to me rant. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter. That's not Rona. That's just dry throat. Instagram, Twitter. Those links are in the bio. Also Pinterest. I'm trying to post some stuff over there on Pinterest too, amongst other things. But whatever, we all here for one thing and one thing only: my thoughts on the 2020 Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Now, I'm going to be dead ass honest. I tried to hang in there a lot and I had fell asleep, and we'll get to that, but I felt that this pay-per-view was underwhelming. I was not. You all seem to be very excited and grateful on Twitter about it, and that's cute or whatever, but you know, I have higher standards, and it's nothing wrong with having standards even through a pandemic. If you're going to do it right. I think one of the things that was apparent, this was filmed a while ago, over a month ago. Some outlet claims April 13th the actual Money in the Bank match was filmed April 13th. This is May 10th. So we will be coming close to a month since this was filmed. And I can tell. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into what was shown. I actually put up a predictions post on my Instagram, Wrestling in Color. If you want to follow, the link's up in the banner. I put up a predictions post. I always do for pay-per-views, whatever. Even the ones I don't watch or I'm not going to pay for, I put up a post. And so I'm going to really tell you really quickly. I hit for the most part, and except for the men's Money in the Bank, I actually picked for the women's Shayna Baszler or Asuka. So I'm happy for Asuka. But anyway, the kickoff show was Jeff Hardy and Cesaro. I mean, it was alright. You know, it was a basic match. You know, Jeff Hardy. I never was like a crazy Hardy Boys fan anyway. Him or his brother does absolutely nothing for me. They do high-flying crazy shit for years, and that's great. Matt, if you had to pick, is actually doing way better than Jeff, because Jeff is being made to relive his demons. And honestly, I don't want to relive his demons with him, with Jeff, because we already did this through his whole career. Jeff Hardy won. I'm going to need something to happen for Cesaro. I'm going to need y'all to do... I mean, come on. Seriously. It would have been cool if Cesaro won the Money in the Bank. If he was even in the Money in the Bank challenge. Anyway. Whatever. It was an alright match. SmackDown Tag Team Championship. New Day, The Miz, Morrison, Forgotten Sons, Lucha House Party. My question is, for Jackson Ryker to be as built and thick and rugged as he is, are y'all going to let the motherfucker wrestle? What the fuck? And then it's no disqualification, and y'all disqualified him. It was a basic match. The New Day is going to make everyone do what they need to do. Great. The New Day retains. That was one of my picks. So, cool. R-Truth and Bobby Lashley, I didn't like it. I'm just thinking to myself, you know, is there any black wrestler who is not made to look or act like a fucking clown? You got MVP out there like a fat Wakanda, fat motherfucking, you know, King T'Challa. And then, of course, we still going through with this R-Truth, and he just is oblivious. And, you know, and then Lashley comes out, and he ready to wrestle in place of MVP, Fat T'Challa. And Lashley pinned R-Truth. Whatever. I don't think it was needed during this. Y'all could have put this on the pre-show. And put Matt and Cesaro on the show. Whatever. Only thing that was funny is when R-Truth had smacked Lashley in a roundabout way. I did laugh. I did. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus Tamina. You know what? Tamina is a good hand. She reminds me of the stalwart of the women's division across WWE, and that is Natalya. Who is, people who are always there, you can feel their absence. Natalya not being there, I felt her absence, Even though if she was there, I would have been like super bored, but that's neither here nor there. Tamina put up a great fight. Tamina's face is so pretty. I think Tamina is so pretty. I just hate that she's not me. Bayley is Bayley. She's not doing nothing for me. I don't know. She's not. She never did nothing for me when she was happy Bayley. She's really not doing nothing for me now. There was a lot of screaming going on. Sasha Banks left, came back. I just thought she would be holding the belt. Very underwhelming in her position. I know they're telling a story, and that's cool. Whatever. It would have been fun if Tamina would have just won the fucking belt. Just one title reign. I don't care if the title reign was one fucking day like a Charlotte reign. Cool. Just let her have a title reign simply for her efforts when the WWE needs her. This woman be gone for like 5-year increments. They need her. She comes back out of nowhere all the time and give you what you need. Tamina actually fared better and showed better than Nia Jax. I think it would have been fun if Tamina got the belt, but whatever. Bayley retains, and we're gonna keep on going through the same, Bayley screaming and giggling and happy, and we're losers, and Sasha's looking at her and glaring at her, and you all trying to figure out when this is going to happen. Supposedly at SummerSlam. I don't even care, to be honest about it. Universal Championship. Both men were big and wet and sweaty. Braun Strowman cannot wrestle. I don't understand why Braun Strowman even has that strap on. He looks so big and fucking dumb, and I do not like Braun Strowman, period. Braun Strowman did 3 moves the entire fucking match. He ran around the ring twice. He did a running power slam. Then he did a running from the corner jump slam, whatever the fuck you call that. That's all Braun Strowman did. Meanwhile, Bray Wyatt is the reason why this match was even fucking watchable, because he was telling a story the whole time. It's like Bray Wyatt told Braun Strowman, just show up and let me do it. Just show up and let me do it. At one point, Braun Strowman came out with the black sheep mask, and he was like fucking with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, all the puppets and everybody was out there rambling. It was like, he home. And then they hugged, and they was real wet and sweaty. And I know Bray Wyatt couldn't wait to get out that fucking sweater. They hugged, and then Braun Strowman stepped back, and Bray Wyatt was like, what the fuck is you doing? And Braun Strowman was like, you can't do it. And he took it off and stomped the mask, and Bray was upset. And the match was ended. Braun Strowman won. And I was just like, if it wasn't for fucking Bray Wyatt, this would be completely ridiculous. It would be completely ridiculous and useless. Bray Wyatt, everybody. That man just, listen, he gonna tell this fucking story. Whether you want to see it or not, he gonna tell this story. Whoever's in the ring with him, they gonna get a story. After that, Bray Wyatt, Braun's yelling and screaming, walking off, and I'm just like, ugh. Bray Wyatt is laying in the ring, and there's flashes of the Fiend. So we're going to be seeing the Fiend tormenting Braun Strowman a couple episodes of SmackDown until, what's next, SummerSlam, I guess, I don't know. WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins got new music. Seth Rollins' new music, I love it. I don't even care. I love it. Y'all shocked that it's corny because the old musical engineers for WWE are gone. You will not get no iconic entrances no more. But Seth's music needs to be changed. Burn It Down does not go with the Messiah. Y'all gave him the I loved it. Seth Rollins ain't cool, but he is diving deep into this fucking character, and I'm all the way here for it. Yes, Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre. For the ladies, if you want to know, I seen Drew McIntyre live and we went to Raw in 2018, and yes, he really looks like that. And he was like, Happy Mother's Day to the ladies. I said, oh, listen, his wife is so fucking lucky. That is a magnificent man. And who would have guessed all he had to do was grow body hair? Who would have thunk it? Great match. Great story. He growled at one point. He did like a suplex on Seth Rollins. He was like, "Rah." I was like, oh yeah. And then Seth Rollins did a Falcon Arrow on fucking Drew McIntyre. I was all the way for it. I said, this motherfucker listen, Seth Rollins ain't no big dude. Drew McIntyre's what, 6'8", 6'5"? That looked fabulous. Great story. Great story. I think this was the match of the night. WWE Championship match of the night. This is some of Drew McIntyre's best work. And I don't know if it's because there is no audience, but right here, he is showing his ass out right now. He's likable. He's intimidating. He's looking like, when Drew McIntyre looks at somebody, it's like he's looking right through them. Them blue eyes are piercing. On the other hand, Seth Rollins did a promo and he looked completely vacant. But I enjoyed the promo. I enjoyed the ponytail. Y'all said it's like Seth Rollins and his older brother was wrestling because they literally are bookends. They're just really different heights. My favorite hit besides the growl was the Glasgow kiss. I love when he does the headbutt. I love it. I love it. Claymore kick, pinned, excellent match. Match of the night. One more time. WWE Championship match of the night. Moving right along, we went straight into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, it was a lot going on. But the thing is, if you pay attention, you would have more questions than a little bit. Now, this is where I had fell asleep. And I had woke up, right? So I had fell asleep during the Drew McIntyre match after the growl and the Glasgow kiss. Yes, I fell asleep. But I had went back just to do this to see what was going on. But I had fell asleep. And then, right, I woke up to, what's her fucking name? Oh my God. I woke up to her holding the Money in the Bank briefcase in the office, right? And I was like, what the fuck? And then Stephanie McMahon clearly is videotaped and edited in there terribly. Was telling her, Dana Brooke was telling her, bitch, the Money in the Bank is on the roof. Nia Jackson's drooling, clean up the room, get the fuck out of here. I was just like, oh, what the fuck is this? So, I'm watching it. Like I said, if you was just here for entertainment, this probably entertained you. I enjoyed campy, goofy shit, but it is apparent that it was not thought out well. It was no creativity for real, and you can tell it was taped a while ago, and everybody's just like, whatever, fuck it, we're gonna put it on regardless. There was no, this is the thing, as I'm telling you what I saw, this is what I would have did if I had my hands on to do creative for this match that could have been fucking cinematic and off the fucking chain. There was no reason for them to do entrances for each other people. Y'all should have had them bitches and dudes running up in there like a bat, like fucking a fire. We trying to get this Money in the Bank, run up through there. No, y'all had y'all entrances. Asuka's crazy ass. I love Asuka. Listen, I don't know what's going on with her dancing and shit. I love it. Great. She dived off the thing, landed on the ladies, bitch got on the elevator. They running. Boom. The guys is all in the gym, beating on each other, whatever. Go back to the ladies was actually a little more entertaining than the men, simply because they was like doing, I think their interaction was a little bit more, what's the word? Meaningful, maybe? Poignant? I don't know. But they running, that's when Dana Brooke was, beating up everybody in the boardroom, and then Carmella, and she doing moonwalks, and her sneakers is like making the sneaker sounds, and she did a moonwalk on the carpet, but she hit Dana Brooke over the head with her Money in the Bank portrait, And I thought the shit was funny. I did laugh at that. Then the guys are still running. At one point, they run. And then you had cameos from Bruce Pritchard and the Bella Twins stepdaddy. He got a pie in the face. Bruce Pritchard washed his hands. At one point, I'm trying to remember, y'all. At one point, AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan ran into a room to fight, and it was Vince McMahon's office. They was all uncomfortable, like, oops. And Vince McMahon was like, get out of here! And AJ was like, put the chairs back. And they put the chairs back and they eased out. And then they stopped and let us watch Vince McMahon pump some hand sanitizer and turn around. Y'all should have Vince McMahon in a face mask. These guys was wrestling the whole time and everybody was coughing on their way up to the roof. If nobody noticed, every time somebody got hit, everybody was like selling the pain, like, especially Baron Corbin, because at one point Doink the Clown, I think, showed up and he got hit and he was on the floor coughing and fucking what's his name, Tucker Otis was in the corner and y'all coughing. I'm just like, can we have some continuity, whatever. So AJ Styles at one point, he opens the door and it's the boneyard match or whatever, and he's like, no, and I'm sitting here like, well, what, no, what do you mean? No, like, are you having like a PSD moment, a PTSD situation, or like you got buried, the Undertaker left, and then Aleister Black came and punched him into the room and closed the door, and he in there screaming. I was like, okay. Baron Corbin kicked Aleister Black, looked like down some steps or through a door. At one point, they all meet into this, looks like the catering room. Now, I done seen this. We done seen this building throughout WWE. Nothing in the building is new. They didn't try to rearrange shit. We seen the whole building. So this is the catering room, and Paul Heyman is sitting there poking and pinching and shit, and that's why when you go to like an office party or something, make sure you get there once catering puts the food down, because you got motherfuckers like Paul Heyman poking and picking and breathing all over shit. So everybody runs up. I think Otis took the and be noticed Oscar was not there the whole time, and I'm gonna tell you why that annoyed the fuck out of me. Okay, so everybody runs together, they arguing and stuff. Otis throws some food tray on Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman's looking at him like, why you did that? And then everybody was looking like, oh shit, why you did that? And then Otis said, food fight, and then they proceeded to have a whole food fight for about maybe 5 minutes. And at one point, Rey Mysterio was put into a Carafuda clutch, and then Otis and Nia Jax belly slammed Rey Mysterio down to the floor, and then it's like, what? What? Nia Jax threw, Dana broke into the soda machines. She put Carmella through a table, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Now, while all this is happening, Asuka's nowhere to be found. Either she's still on the elevator. The bitch could have won the match 20 minutes ago. I didn't see. I saw Baron Corbin at the food fight, but he was in the other office like, I'm going to the roof. Like, I was like, okay. So after they got through with the food fight, Nia Jax and Otis stared at each other. Otis was eating, and Nia was looking at him. And it's just like, you know what, WWE, I don't care for Nia Jax. And I understand y'all think Otis is a fat slob, but Otis is actually an athlete. And power lifters are usually big like that. It's kind of like sumo wrestlers. They are big for a reason, but they're some of the healthiest athletes on the planet. Y'all just want two fat people to look at each other and be in a fat frame. That was all that was. She turned around, they went to their respective sides and went upstairs. Then at one point we finally get to the roof. Lacey Evans got up there. Nia Jax was up there. I guess after Nia threw Shayna Baszler into that wall, she was out. After Carmella went through that table, it was a wrap. Dana Brooke hitting that fucking soda machine took her down. So you got them fighting, scratching to get on this ladder. Fucking, I'm like sitting here like, okay, fucking Nia and the Lacey Evans are fighting, and what is it? Asuka scratching to get up the mat, the ladder. She kicking folks down, which is cool, great. So she kicked Lacey off the ladder. Lacey landed on Nia. That took them out the match. So while and then at one point Asuka slid down. Then she looked like she had a scratch on her face. I don't know if that's Nia banging her shit and fucking her, but she ran up the steps and she was getting her money in the bank, and Baron Corbin ran up and he was like, not that briefcase, let me get the other briefcase, let me get the other, and she kicked him in the head and he flew off the thing, and she got the briefcase for the women, and he was like, yay. But everybody was like, yay, and then Michael Cole was just like, okay, she got the briefcase, like, whatever, bitch. No enthusiasm whatsoever. Then they edited it so fucking terrible, like, everything was clean in the match. And this ladder is in the middle of the ring. Otis comes, and he's trying to climb the ladder, and of course he big and fat, so he breaking the rungs to get to the ladder. So I'm thinking to myself, so he's just never going to be able to climb the ladder. And Nia was not going to climb that ladder anyway, because her knees is blown. I don't think Nia bends her knees when she walks. So Baron Corbin is fighting. Rey Mysterio runs in. Baron Corbin takes him and throws him off the roof. And you hear like a crunch. Then Aleister Black comes to fight. And Baron Corbin throws him off the roof and you hear a crunch. So y'all threw these people off the roof of the building 10 flights down. So that's it for Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio in life in WWE. Like, I know you want us to suspend all reality, but Jesus. So AJ Styles and Danny Bryan are fighting up the ladder. Baron Corbin got knocked out the match. Otis is trying to fight too, but you know, whatever. He ain't gonna get up there. So Danny Bryan and AJ fighting for the thing, and then AJ knocks Danny Bryan down, and he got the thing, but his hands is like dumb slippery, and the suitcase flies out his hands and lands in Otis' hands, and Otis is like, and AJ Styles was like, stop it. When they said, oh, we got a new Money in the Bank winner, it's Otis. AJ was like, stop. He reminded me when he was on the up, down, and he be having them outbursts when he played video games. If you don't watch AJ Styles play video games or up, down with other people, he hates to lose, and it's the funniest shit ever. He was like, stop it, stop. And so Otis got the Money in the Bank, and I'm just like, and they was like, okay. And Michael Cole was like, okay, they're gonna get Money in the Bank winners. All right, y'all, stick around for the Chronicle coming up next, like whatever, for the fuck ever. I'm sitting there the whole time, just like, okay, like for real. I just don't. I'm thinking, if we gonna do it like this, can we get some explosions? Can we get somebody might get stabbed in the middle? Oh, I know why Baron Corbin got hit. Elias came out and hit him over the back with a guitar. Why is Elias even there? Why? Oh my God, I don't. Like I said, if you was watching viscerally with your mind, you was just like, this could have ended 10 minutes ago. But okay, it was comical, if anything, and Though I laughed, I was not expecting what I saw, and what I saw was, you know, if put it this way, my 12-year-old self would have been like, yeah, but my 39-year-old self, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, and that is my Money in the Bank review, folks. There's really nothing else. There's really nothing else for me to say here. So I think the questions that I have next, going forth, Oscar has the Money in the Bank briefcase. There is no brand. There is a brand split, so she has to go and talk to Becky, who you all spoiled the fucking outcome anyway, because before the pay-per-view even started, y'all ran an advertisement for Raw saying, well, Becky's going to confront the Money in the Bank winner. So it was going to be either Nia, Shayna, or Asuka. So that was already fucked up. I'm shocked. Y'all on Twitter was like, Shayna's done. I don't even know what Shayna's purpose is at this point. You should have left her on fucking NXT, or put her in a different program, or put her on SmackDown, whatever. Why did she bite Becky in the neck if this was going to be the ultimate result a few months later? I'm still wanting to know. Shayna should have been biting Becky numerous times from the first time she bit her. What the fuck? Okay, so Asuka Becky's gonna confront Asuka. We're gonna have to look at Becky, lick her lips, and fake chew gum, and say, "Oh, you're back, huh? You dope." And they're gonna have a match, I guess, at something. Listen, if Asuka does not take the belt off of Becky, I don't know what the fuck is going on. For the men's, Otis is in a tag fucking team. I don't know what happened to Tucker. Otis, the story was ended with him and Mandy abruptly. It's not ended, but it was the way they was running it. He fired the woman that was working the story, so it was abrupt. Vince McMahon is actually doing the story, for those that don't know. That's why it's clunky the way it is. So, you mean to tell me Otis is going to go up against Braun Strowman? I hope they have them hold these. The fun thing about the Money in the Bank briefcase is you can hold the briefcase for up to a year before you decide to cash in. Honestly, the $1 million match is Asuka versus Shayna Baszler, if you ask me. So if Asuka could run around, dance, and fuck with Becky up until Becky drops that belt in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or Becky's in the middle of a match and Asuka comes and hit her over the head with the briefcase, win the briefcase, Shayna Baszler comes and say, bitch, I'm about to bite you. I'm all for it. I want to see Asuka versus Shayna. I'm cool with that. Let's see what they do. Tucker, Otis, somebody said he gonna take the briefcase and go to the New Day and say, I want to cash in on y'all. It don't work like that. Otis is going to somehow, what would be cool for me, I want to see the Fiend get the belt off of the Fiend get the belt off of Braun Strowman in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and Otis go against the Fiend, right? I don't know. I don't even fucking know how this is gonna go. Or Braun Strowman is fighting and Otis hits him over the head and just wins the belt, and he goes up against the Fiend and loses, and that's how the Fiend gets the belt back. I'm cool with that. I just need the belt off of Braun Strowman. That's it. That's my review, y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you thought of Money in the Bank. I mean, if I had to give it an overall grade, match of the night was Drew and Seth. Overall, I give it a D. D plus, because I giggled. Tell me what y'all think if you made it this far. Put roll to 300 and make sure you subscribe, folks. Don't just listen and not subscribe. Help us out. I'm having a good time. And I know you're having a good time with me. All right, y'all. Till the next video. Bye.